Hello, Steve Barnes here, live streaming to YouTube. I usually do this to Facebook and then transfer it over, but I'm trying it the other way. I'm trying to see which is more useful to people, and considering that YouTube is available to people whether or not they've signed in to Facebook, it might be better. It might be possible for me to reach more people, and in doing that, I can arguably interact live with people, which would be a happy making thing. It's always fun to have a sense of who's out there. So if you have questions and I can see it, then we can experiment with me being able to interact with you, and we can see whether or not I want to do this regularly at, let's say, between 9:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, and it becomes a way for me to communicate with people, because the meaning of life is to escape pain, embrace joy, and give service. And if this is a way that I can give service, that would just be so wonderful. I mean, I really look forward to that. So anyway, there's specific stuff that I want to talk about today. I don't want to waste your time. Never want to do that. And what we want to talk about is the magic formula, which is my approach to approaching mastery, basically, where it's MAGIC, map or model, daily action, an attitude of gratitude, clear intentions, and congruence, coherence, that sense that what you're doing is in alignment with your basic being. That if you do those five things and you have goals in each of the three major arenas, your body, your heart, and your intellect, usually finances, that's usually the stumbling block there. Every day that you're taking an action that is designed to increase your capacity to do these things with integrity, by 1% per week, you're making making a real step in improving yourself, in being on that road to mastery, like I said. So if the first letter is M, then that's map or model, which means that for every goal that you have, you need to go out and find a specific map. In other words, magic is a general map of overall life mastery, but if you have a specific goal of wanting to be a writer, for instance, you need to study writers and extract from them. I mean, you could certainly use the life writing plan for that, but I encourage you to create your own as well. If you want to get your body together, you want to find a coach, or you want to find someone or some group of people who have successfully navigated that territory, and follow what it is that they're saying. And the same thing is true of money. And in the arena of money, what we're talking about is Think and Grow Rich, because it is a fantastic model, and it was used by just millions of people. I mean, the books have sold, millions and millions of copies. I forget what the number is. The last time I checked, it's, I don't know, about 10 million copies. So it's seriously tested. So if we go over that, it may not work perfectly for you. There are 13 basic principles. And if you just implement five of them, if you can implement five of the first nine of those principles, you're going to be so far ahead of the game that it's not even funny. And I can almost promise you that if you just take a look at the first three, that will change your life. So let's take a quick look at what those first ones are. Let me see if I might even be able to put them up on the screen. This is why I go from Zoom into YouTube. Yeah. All right. So here we go. I got some, and this isn't perfect, but we can go that it's desire, faith. Let's see, move my head out of the way. Auto suggestion, specialized knowledge. Move my head the other way. Imagination, and organized planning. So these are things I'm going through. So let's talk about what they are just a little bit, and let's see what I've got for you here. Passion, desire. You have to want something badly. At the very least, you want to get out of pain, and then to find joy. If you can make that first connection, that you believe that you have the right to be joyful, the right to be happy, the right to be out of pain, then that's a way to start. The next step is faith. You have to find something inside you that believes that you can and should have these things. if you're fighting yourself, if you're believing, oh, there's something wrong with wanting to be happy, or maybe life is pain and I have no right to try to change that, your efforts aren't going to be very efficient and effective. If you believe that you have the right to move away from pain and the right to be happy, now you're at least in the game, okay? So then the third thing is autosuggestion. Now, autosuggestion is just making sure that you have the internal components of your life aligned with the actions that you need to take. And those actions, you have reason to believe, will lead you to moving away from pain towards joy. Okay? Meaning of life, move away from pain towards joy, give service. Okay? So the methodology of autosuggestion that is suggested is to write out your goals and you repeat them twice a day. You read them aloud twice a day. And Bruce Lee did this, and Jim Carrey did this, and Octavia Butler did this. It is a tested and proven approach to beginning to change your internal architecture, your internal ecology. The fourth step is specialized knowledge. Once you have desire and you have faith that you can and should do this, and you are aligned internally and externally, then you need to start researching. What are the methods that will get you what you want? And the best way to do this is to study people who have accomplished your goals, roughly starting from where you are. Even better still, have them start with less than you had. I love looking at people who were homeless, sleeping in their cars, and managed to get to be millionaires. I really do love studying those people because there's a lot of commonality between the way they deal with things. So studying people who were disadvantaged financially or physically or socially, who managed to overcome that, will give you the lessons that you need to succeed in your life. That is my belief. Now, let's take a look at how that goes together. These things, the specialized knowledge, then goes to step 4, which is imagination. If you've taken the previous steps, then you can start asking yourself, what are the things I should do to get where I want to go? And you want to come up with lots of ideas. If you're writing a book and you want to finish a book, you're going to need, 5 or 6 ideas on every page. Just what would he say? What would he do? What would this look like? What would this be? The same thing is going to be true in a business. You're going to need to have ideas about how to improve your product or service, how to find the customers that you need to find, how to convince them that their money belongs in your pocket, that they would be happier with giving you their money than they would be holding on to their money. And considering that these people are not stupid, you want to make sure that it's for real. And it's also, you want this to be in alignment with your values. The 3 gates. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? It's another model, right? So let's take a look. The ideas, once you have the ideas about what to do, Brendan Bouchard suggests that you divide the distance between yourself and where you want to be into 5 steps, and then you solve those 5 steps, individually. That's great. The organized planning is the how. The most important thing is the why. That will be desire. Okay, desire is the most important thing. That was number 1. You have to want it, and you have to have confidence that you can have it. But if you've got those, now you can think about the how. The magic formula that we talk about, and you can find out more about it, get on my list, StephenBarnesList.com. We have free Zoom meetings every Saturday where we brainstorm and workshop this stuff with people. It costs nothing. I mean, yes, I've got courses. You want to be a writer, we've got a fantastic course at LifeWritingPremium.com. If you're interested in martial arts and in movement as an integration, then we have FireDanceTaiChi.com. These are great courses, but as you can see, I'm really trying to give it to you without you investing a dime. All you have to do is invest yourself. The magic formula is, it helps you with the how, with the what and the why and the how. So let's take a look at the how, as the magic formula does. The first thing that you do is engage the breathing. That the 5-minute miracle is that every hour on the hour you do 60 seconds of deep, slow diaphragmatic breathing. Simple, right? The second is that you select goals at each of the three centers and you break them down into the magic formula. You find a map or model, figure out what the daily action would be, make sure to increase your positive emotions, gratitude, which creates faith. You make sure that your intention is clear, your goal is really clear. So you're going to work on that hard. And you make sure that you're congruent, that the goal and the actions that you're going to take towards that goal are in alignment with who you see yourself as being. You have to do that. You have to be sure that you're not aiming for a goal that on some level you feel, that's not me. You have to find the part of yourself that it's you. If you're aiming at being a black belt, you have to feel that somewhere inside yourself there's a black belt. There's a fighter. You have to find that part of yourself. And a good teacher and a good school will help you find that part of yourself. Now, once you've got this, then the third thing is to implement a morning ritual. And this is how you do the auto suggestion. This is how you anchor these things into yourself. So here are the steps. First, choose a movement pattern: running, walking, dancing, yoga. I use Tai Chi. And while moving, you chant affirmations, auto suggestion, that will align your inner self and external goals. While moving, visualize the role models who could accomplish your goals and have fun in the process. Accomplish your goals and have fun in the process. It's important to remember that life is joy. Life is joy. While moving, flood yourself with gratitude for all the blessings of the past. If you're thinking to yourself, I didn't have any blessings, and you're following this video, then give thanks that you found this video. No, seriously, you'd miss your eyes if you lost them. You'd miss your internet connection if you lost it. Give thanks for it now. Find something to be happy about in your past, in your present. And it's easier to be happy for your future. That's faith, the belief that you can be happy in your future. Once you lose faith, the world starts falling apart. I mean, it really does. While moving, flood yourself with confidence that you can and should create a perfect day, a perfect week, a perfect life. Now, if fitness or weight are major issues, you might study, what maps or models might you use? You might study intermittent fasting and the five Tibetans, or some other combination of exercise and diet, but you will need both. And, a group of people who have achieved what it is you're trying to achieve with your body. And you might need to change your associations because the group that you're around has resulted in you being who you are. If you want to change, you might need to ask yourself if that group supports the person that you're committed to being. As long as the person you're committed to being is in alignment with moving away from pain towards joy and giving service, then it is fair to do a little pruning in your garden. You can also bring old friends along with you. Just add a few new friends that have the positive characteristics that you want. If your goal is self-love or relationship, then you can use models. And FIREDANCE, we have tools: Ancient Child, FIREDANCE, Core Transformation, things like that. But there are other tools out there. Get on the internet, seriously, do some research, find models that work and keep testing them. But money is the biggest issue for most people. It really is. It involves so much about who it is that we think we are and what we do and what we think we deserve, what our tribe believes we deserve, what our tribe believes money means. I personally think that money is a sign of how much your society values you. It's kind of, I kind of do. And that doesn't mean what you're worth innately. But if you are providing value for society and they don't realize it, they might not value you. If they do value you, then you can go to them and say, listen, I deserve more money. And you'll have the confidence to know that if they say no, you can take your skills someplace else. You have to have confidence in that. But I would suggest that the best model I know for this is Think and Grow Rich. I don't know of a better model. I created the life writing program, the 6-step process for sales in store by basically applying what they were saying in Think and Grow Rich and some neuro-linguistic programming, and talked to, Harlan Ellison and Robert Heinlein and Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle and Octavia Butler and on and on and on, and then Ray Bradbury, and tried to get to the essence of how they had succeeded. And I created that six-step process, which is part of the Life Writing Premium program. You will find your own way by studying people. Apply the magic formula. And if money is the issue, use Think and Grow Rich to create the organized plans that you then begin to be sure, are my internal representations in alignment with what it is that I need to do every day in order to get where I want to go. In other words, in order to get the thing you want, you have to be the person who could get that thing. So make sure that it is moral and ethical, it's in alignment with your heart, and that you're going to have fun along the way. You have to have faith in those things. So your goal should be 1% weekly progress. We are going to meet here on YouTube. I'm going to try to do it between 9:30 and 10 o'clock every day, if I possibly can. As long, you guys, if you like this, subscribe, give me likes, let me know that this is working for you. Let me know what it is I can do to serve you. Every day I try to take one step towards being of greater service, because it's basically who I am. It's just what I do. And I am delighted that you're considering coming along for the ride. So this is Stephen Barnes saying, I care about you. Choose goals that will turn you into the person that you want to be, that will move you away from pain, that will increase the joy in your life, and will help you be of greater service to the world. Do those things, and the whole world will be a better place.